Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now if you've been watching XRP lately, you'll know it's been moving pretty fast. I mean, when XRP makes a move, it really makes a move, right? But here's the thing, whenever there's a fast move, there's also higher risk. So in today's video, we're going to break down XRP's risk levels, what's happening right now, and what history tells us about what's likely to happen next. You're going to want to stick around for this one, trust me. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get into it. Alright, here's what's going on. XRP is currently sitting at a pretty elevated risk level. Right now, we're at a risk score of 0.871. Sounds like a small number, but don't let that fool you. It's actually getting dangerously close to the higher risk bands. If you look at the risk scale, we're talking about a range from 0 to 1. At the bottom, you've got low risk in the blue zone, but the closer you get to 1, the more risky things get. And that's where we're heading. Let me explain how this risk metric works. We've got this scale, right? From 0 to 1, where blue means low risk and dark red is where things get hot, high risk. If you've been around in the XRP community for any amount of time, you know that when XRP starts heating up and gets into these higher risk levels, the market can get volatile fast. And guess what? XRP has spent time in these high risk zones before. There have been rallies where it hit these levels, and history can give us a pretty clear idea of what might happen next. So let's take a look at that. Now, if we zoom out and look at XRP's history, you'll see that it's hit these high risk levels before. In fact, XRP has had 5 major rallies where it entered that 0.9 to 1 risk zone. And guess what happened after that? Well, just because it hit those levels doesn't mean it crashed right away, but it often signals a cooling off period before any further price action. The market often needs a little time to breathe before it pushes higher. And here's the thing, XRP tends to move in waves. It'll spend a lot of time just sitting sideways, doing absolutely nothing, and then boom, it suddenly surges up. Now, here's the big takeaway I want to hammer home for you today. It's not about guessing how high XRP can go tomorrow. It's about managing your risk. So if you're in a position where you're watching XRP rise, it's important to think strategically. Yes, the price can continue to go up, and if it hits that 0.9 to 1 risk range, it could signal a continuation. But just as quickly as XRP shoots up, it can come back down. XRP's history shows that when it hits those high-risk bands, it often consolidates or pulls back before it makes another big move. And we've seen this in the past, so don't be surprised if it happens again. Now, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin dominance. I've talked about this before, but it's crucial, so stick with me here. A few months ago, when Bitcoin dominance was sitting at 60%, I told you guys that was the time to start watching altcoins, especially XRP. If you were paying attention, you could have seen the double bottom forming on XRP's Bitcoin pair. If you had your eyes on that, you'd know exactly when to make your move. So, let's break it down for those of you who might be new here. Bitcoin dominance is an important metric that shows us how much of the total market cap Bitcoin is controlling. When dominance is low, altcoins have room to breathe, and that's exactly what we saw happen with XRP after Bitcoin dominance dropped below 60%. Right now, XRP is sitting at a 0.871 risk score, and it's getting close to the 0.9 mark. Historically speaking, when XRP enters the 0.9 to 1 risk zone, it doesn't stick around there for too long. I mean, it's only spent about 80 days in the 0.8 to 0.9 risk range over 5 major rallies. That's less than 100 days in total, and most of that time is spread out over months. So when we hit these elevated risk levels, it's not guaranteed that the market will keep going up. But what's interesting is that XRP doesn't stay in those high-risk bands for too long, and that's where things can get tricky. Now let's zoom in a little bit more. XRP has touched that 0.9 to 1 risk level just a few times in the past, and when it does, we typically see a cooling off phase. What does that mean? It could mean weeks of sideways action or even a small correction before XRP pushes higher again. It's the calm before the storm. So, if you're watching XRP right now and seeing the risk levels go up, it's crucial to keep your expectations realistic. The market can always surprise you, but don't be surprised if XRP spends less than 2 weeks in that highest risk zone. So what's next for XRP? Well, history shows that once XRP enters those high-risk levels, it tends to consolidate or pull back a bit before making another move. And the key levels to watch are important. Right now, the focus is on the 4,000 to 4,300 Satoshi level. If XRP can break through these levels on its Bitcoin pair, there's always the possibility of another rally. But just keep in mind, things aren't going to go straight up forever. There will be some give and take, and knowing when to step back and let the market cool off can save you a lot of headaches. Here's the final thing to remember. Patience is key. XRP's been moving fast, but it also spends a lot of time in these consolidation phases. Just because it's moving up doesn't mean you should chase every little price move. Watch those risk levels, stay strategic, and remember that when XRP hits those high-risk bands, it's usually a sign that a pullback or cooling off period is right around the corner. That doesn't mean it's over, it's just part of the cycle. If you're in this for the long haul, patience will be your best friend. So there you have it. XRP's risk is elevated, but it doesn't mean the rally is over just yet. History shows that once we hit those highest risk levels, we don't stay there long. We could see a small consolidation, a pullback, or a cool-off phase before another potential run. If you're enjoying this deep dive into XRP's movements, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think XRP will keep going up, or are we about to see a pullback? Let's chat in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.